So Modern Warfare 3 announced that they will have a zombies mode with the recent announcement trailer. Now I don't know about you guys, but what we've been shown and what we know about kinda worries me. We've been given some story details and we've been given some information in the form of a blog post that you can find on Steam and probably other places. They describe the gameplay as an open world player versus environment extraction survival experience shared with other squads. This basically sounds like it's going to be DMZ without the thing that makes DMZ fun, the PvP. Oh goody.
What are you, retarded? So I know you're not retarded, but what are you, Down syndrome?
Activision, can you just stop for the love of God? Please can we just have a normal zombies mode? Is it too much to ask for? Can we stop trying to reinvent the wheel every time you stick a zombies mode in a game since Cold War? It never works. The first spin-off was Infinite Warfare Zombies, which was a mode that maintained the majority of IW's player base as said by an ex-dev. After 7 months of release, IW Zombies held 60% of the total player base of IW, whereas Treyarch Zombies only usually gets about 20 to 30%. Then apparently this number increased with DLC 4, and it did this because gameplay wise, IW Zombies is a true spiritual successor to the original Black Ops series, and focused on fun, round-based gameplay with in-depth mechanics you didn't need to engage with, but you wanted to engage with. The next Zombies mode was World War II's, which wasn't actually the worst thing ever. I loved the more horror atmosphere they went for, and it made it feel more like World at War Zombies, and I can give respect to Sledgehammer for trying to keep the same good zombies formula but having a little spin on it. But it didn't have the staying power of IW Zombies or classic Treyarch Zombies. I mention IW and World War II Zombies because these were the last two spin-off zombies that I consider actually decent. With Cold War Zombies, they reined back a lot of the bullshit added with Black Ops 4 Zombies gameplay wise. I also think Black Ops 4 Zombies really good base game maps compared to both BR2 and BR3, where their layout was just fun to play, but the gameplay around them, like the perk system, was terrible. With Cold War Zombies, the round-based game mode of Cold War was received relatively well. It wasn't perfect, but it was a big step up from Black Ops 4, which had people excited for the future of the round-based zombies in Cold War. A third of the way through the life cycle, they introduced a new open-world game mode called Outbreak.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
This took you on one of the big maps. I believe they were the ground war maps, and each time you finished the task you would move on to a different big map where the zombies got stronger. Now this idea was fun in premise, and it was also fun for the first couple of matches, and then you realised there wasn't really any feeling of progression that was satisfying. The spikes in difficulty between the realms were way too high, and running from place to place on that big open map over and over to do your quests and upgrade your weapons got tedious fast. Compared to the round-based game mode where the zombies came to you, here you had to go to the zombies. This made the mode, overall, pretty boring to play in the long run. Not only this, but the objective you had to do to get to the next realm was usually astronomically boring. Something stupid like escorting a fucking payload. No fucker wants to escort the payload. That's why in Overwatch, no cunt is on the payload and they're all in the spawn trying to fucking spawn trap them. People play shooter games to shoot shit, not sit on an object as it slowly makes its way to a fucking objective. The problem from all of this arose because people started to complain about non-stop Outbreak updates throughout Cold War's lifecycle over the round-based zombies, and Treyarch came out and said that more people were playing Outbreak than the regular zombies. Now I think that they must have thought people preferred this mode, and therefore Activision made them shift their focus away from the tried and true zombies mode to focus on these more open world aspects. Now on paper, I don't blame Treyarch, nor do I blame Activision for coming to this conclusion. However, one thing people fail to mention about Outbreak mode is that Outbreak provided you with a shit ton more XP than multiplayer, Warzone or round-based zombies. People weren't playing Outbreak because it was fun. They were playing it because you can max a weapon out in a quarter of the time than it took in any other mode, where it took literal hours to level weapons up normally. So now we've been stuck since Cold War, with Activision telling devs to dick around with new zombies mods, rather than sticking to the formula that just worked, because Treyarch failed to balance the XP in this game mode compared to the other one. This was seen with Vanguard Zombies, which was so dogshit, basically everyone stopped playing it as it had literally none of the elements people liked about zombies. Jesus Christ, even the content creators couldn't be bothered to play it past the first week or so. And if you can't get content creators who literally make their money playing these zombies modes and hyping them up, who fucking tell you that the mode is good, you fucked up. And now comes along Modern Warfare 3, and they fucked it up again. Hearing this zombies news is extremely disheartening as a long-time player of this franchise, because back in school, me and all my mates loved the idea of zombies in a Modern Warfare game. Heck, it was modded into the older titles on PC in an extremely crude way, and it was still super popular. But we aren't going to get this experience, we actually, as Treyarch attempt to pander to a non-existent player base by making this game mode based on a game mode that was only popular because people were farming XP in it. Next, we have the problem of it using the same story as Treyarch. Now this is my personal opinion, and it may be a hot take among the zombies community, but I hate Treyarch storytelling. It's so convoluted and over the top that unless you've watched story breakdowns on YouTube, you never know what the fuck is going on. It's like they're trying to one-up the stupidity of the previous game every single game. How we went from an element that was made by a Nazi scientist in World War II that brought soldiers back from the dead into a multi-dimensional, multi-timeline clusterfuck where we do stupid shit like shooting an eye in the sky while on the Titanic is beyond me. It's fucking ridiculous. And I know some dickhead's gonna go in the comments going, oh, the zombie storyline is actually really simple, you're just stupid. Let's have a look at the guides online, shall we? So here we are on YouTube. It's a brand new account so that there is no recommended, and let's type in Black Ops Zombies Storyline Explained. Oh, the first result, the complete unabridged timeline of Call of Duty Zombies, is 6 hours long. 6 hours! Contrast this to Infinite Warfare Zombies, where you only ever needed to play the game to know exactly what was going on, which means you were actually invested in the story. It knew its story was a bit ridiculous, but it never took itself too seriously, and therefore, you could have a bit more fun with it. Unlike Treyarch, who is doing these insanely over-the-top stories while trying to maintain a serious tone like it's still Black Ops 1. Also, let's cut Treyarch a bit of slack here. Activision, can you give Treyarch a break please? Just let them work on their zombies mode for their game so they can actually make it bug-free, fun experience they want. Stop dragging them in to work on other zombies modes for other developers. You know IW Zombies was popular among the players who actually gave IW a chance, and didn't just have a raging hate boner over it. We have the evidence from the former project director. Hire back the guys who did that mode to make a follow-up for this game. This way, Treyarch can actually put some time into their own franchise, rather than constantly being dragged off onto other people's projects. Lastly, all this aside, I have a really bad feeling that this mode is going to be rushed. I know. How could I possibly have that knowledge? Well, there are two separate cutscenes during the reveal trailer for this mode. One is phenomenally animated, this being the full pre-rendered cutscene that was showing off the story. The next is what we can assume to be an in-engine animated cutscene for the game mode. Now the latter one is horrifically animated if you look past the surface level, especially for a Modern Warfare game. Look at the facial expressions of Soap in the background.
By the time we worked out where he was operating, all we could do was go kinetic and hope to flush the bastard out.
One of our checkpoints reported hostile contact. Then the whole town went dark.
Until we know what's going on, containment is the name of the game. No one gets in, and nothing, I mean no—
What the hell is even that?
What is his mouth doing? It reminds me of Superman when they had to digitally reanimate his mouth during one of the Justice movies.
A man I knew used to say that hope is like your car keys.
We know they can animate in-engine, because they've done it flawlessly in Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2 2022, also Vanguard has good animations. So it's not like Sledgehammer don't know how to animate. This tells me the cutscene animation was rushed, and if they're rushing the literal reveal trailer cutscene, then this is a huge red flag that other aspects are going to be rushed. Because if you're rushing the thing that is literally supposed to hype people up, how are we supposed to expect that you've actually put effort into the main game mode, if you can't even be bothered putting effort into the initial impression? Let's not pretend like this has never happened before either, because in Black Ops 4, the first month and a half or 2 months, the game was basically fucking unplayable for the zombies mode. There was blue screens left, right and centre, crashing to desktop, everything. It was a fucking disaster, and I'm getting non flashbacks to that when I see the cutscene is sloppily put together.
You're never too young to have a Vietnam flashback.
Chat, listen, we are about to go into this boss fight.
Aren't in these two spots? I have no idea.
Dude. Oh my gosh! Where is it? Where's the...
And it crashed.
fantastic.
So we know it's not the mode that people have been asking for now since probably Black Ops 3. It's not going to be following the same pattern as the more accepted zombie spin-offs like Infinite Warfare's or World War II zombies. It's going to be cramming yet another universe into an already overbloated story, and it's probably going to be a rushed mess. I think it's fair to say,
Well, we're fucked.